have been told to share your goals for accountability, but do you know how you could be sharing your goals without sabotaging yourself? What if I told you the moment that you announce your goals, you're actually destroying half of the motivation, not because you're lazy or you lack discipline, but because you're simply celebrating too early. And that's hijacking your future. So today on this show, we are going to talk about how you could break that trap and still be able to talk about your goals without sabotaging yourself. So stay with me till the end. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Alex and I will be sharing tips on how you could reach your dreams. What dopamine really is. So first, let's clear up one misconception. We all have known that the dopamine for pleasure, but actually it's not just about the pleasure itself, but also it's about motivation, drive, and also anticipation. So think of it as a go-get-it signal. It will spike when you are expecting a reward, not necessarily when you get it. For instance, when you are scrolling through your food delivery app and suddenly you will see your favorite meal, and then you also feel a rush of dopamine. That rush of dopamine is not for eating the meal. It actually happens because you're anticipating for your favorite food. Now here's the tricky part. When you announce a big goal like I'm gonna write a book this year, in that case, then your brain reacts as if you have already made a progress. You will feel a premature reward, and that false sense of achievement will lower your drive to do the hard work. The trap of talking about your goals. So a German psychologist named Peter Goldweiser actually ran an experiment where people wrote down their goals and they told to one group that you are able to just announce your goal, whereas the other group they told them to just keep it to yourself. And the results? The ones who shared their goals were less likely to follow through because they already felt satisfied. But people who kept it to themselves tend to work harder and longer to just achieve their goals. Think about how many times you've told your friends that I'm gonna start that business, I'm gonna start getting fit this year. And they have cheered you on, they have validated you and approved you, but have you followed them through? It's not because you're lazy, it's because that you already have showered yourself with dopamine by just announcing your goals. Accountability versus empty talk. So now, does this mean that you never talk about your goals? No. It means that there is a big difference between an empty talk and accountable sharing. Here's the key. Who you tell really matters. If you just share that or post that on Instagram, you will feel some instant dopamine rush and that's it. There's no accountability. If you tell your casual friends, then they might doubt you or question you, and also they might not understand your vision. If you share it with the right person, for example, that could be a mentor, a coach, parents, or close friends, partner, who can support you and also checks in on you and your progress, then that can be very helpful. So the trap isn't about sharing, it's about whom you're sharing with. Why it's dangerous if left unchecked. Here's where it gets dangerous. If you keep giving in to this cycle, talking about your goals, getting the dopamine but never act on it, so you will start to train your brain to love the announcement but hate the hard work. So over the time, that leads to create a string of unfinished work, and worse, it can create an identity crisis. So you start saying that maybe I'm not disciplined enough, maybe I wasn't made for this, but the fact is that it's not you that's broken. It's the way that your brain reward system is hijacked. Basically, you've been tricked into chasing the high of talking about the success rather than living it. How to regulate dopamine and stay on track. So, what do we do about it? Here are some technical strategies that you could start doing. First, delay the announcement. Don't tell everyone everything right away. For example, you want to say that you want to start a gym. Instead of saying that at the beginning, you will start going to the gym for several weeks, and then you will say to your friends or whoever you want, you will say that, oh, I've been going to the gym for a few weeks. Then in that case, the dopamine is actually tied to your action, but not just the idea. Second, selective sharing. Share only with people who will keep you accountable, not people who will just give you applause. A partner or even a coach, for example, in case of the fitness area, that after a while they would come and ask you that, oh, how's it going? Are you still going to the gym? Third, shift validation. Instead of celebrating your intentions, celebrate your actions. Instead of posting that I'm gonna get fit, post that this is my 5th workout of this month. Train your brain to get the dopamine from actions and not just promises. Fourth, reward the process. Break your big goals into smaller milestones. Each time you hit one, you will go and celebrate it. So this way, your dopamine will work for you, not against you. Fifth, track privately. So track your habits through journaling, charts, any way that could be visible to you. So this way, it will actually keep your motivation alive. Bonus insight for you that you stuck around till here. So now there is another twist. Sometimes sharing our goals can also increase the rate of our success, but when? For example, researchers have found out that if you commit to your goal in front of someone whom you admire or you respect, it can be a boss, it can be a partner, anyone that you hold in that position. Because we tend to really care about their ideas about us or what they think. So in that case, we are tend to follow through that plan to just reach our goals more often. But why is it like this in this case? It's actually because that not only we get the dopamine from just getting something done, but also from the fact that we could say that we lived up to our words. It's like keeping your promises, and that's very pleasurable. So now let's bring it all back together. Actually, dopamine isn't our enemy, it's our powerful motivator. But it can also trick you to celebrate too early, so you just have to control it. So when you talk about your goals without taking any actions, you're giving yourself a dopamine rush. That feels like a success. But actually, you're stealing yourself of the drive that you need to reach your goal. So the key takeaway is very simple. Don't allow the announcement replace the action. Thank you so much for making it to this video. I really appreciate you. And also I will be attaching a PDF with all the hacks that I just talked about here in this video, and I'm gonna put it on the link down below so you could have the access for it if you just want to review or something like that, because I know that some of you will be taking notes of the videos that you will be watching on YouTube. So I actually made the PDF already done for you, so you could also download it and just enjoy it. So take care and bye bye.